Hey there, Tall Man Clan. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to wherever you are. We are live from the Carnival Venezia in cabin 2322, coming to you right now. In fact, we played around, and there you go. There's the view out the door right now, out the cabin. Here, hang on. Just so you know.
If you didn't believe him.
If you didn't believe me, we got the camera running now. So, by the way, thank you so much, Deb.
Yes,
thank
you.
Appreciate it. It is
Elegant
night. So we got on our finery. I mean, Lisa's got her little shawl on, but she's got a nice little sleeveless kind of blue thing, and I got all my tux and
that vest. Yeah.
Excellent. So we hope you all had a good day. We had a great day here at sea. Very relaxing. You saw some of the highlights. Just walk around the ship doing some fun things. But tonight, right now, to begin with, we want to talk about Deck 10, because that's what you're here to see, right? Deck 10. So let's get right to it. Hey there, Tall Man Clan. Today, we're going to cover Deck 10. So let's get right to it. We're actually at the back of the ship right now. All right, so it is nighttime, which is one of my favorite times on the ship. It's so quiet mostly. I mean, obviously there's some music playing, but I love coming out here at night. I mean, just look at the moon shining down on the water. Is that just, it's just spectacular. Anyway, so here is the back of Deck 10. Okay, so there's a lot of chairs out here. Okay, not nearly as many because this is one of the pools right here on the back of Deck 10. So you've got some chairs that 3 rows that go all the way across the back. Okay, and you have a few chairs up to the front here. Here's your pool bar. It's called the Burano Pool Bar. It is closed for the day, so they don't have a menu out. So Lisa and I will have to try to get a menu and let you know what that is. Okay. Speaking of Lisa, there she is. So there's some tables over here on this side. Here's where your pizza joint is. Again, back at Deck 10. So if you want pizza, it's back here. Okay? So let's continue to move forward. All right, we're getting into the buffet. And here's sort of the buffet area. There's our rear elevator shaft is up here. So I'll just make sure I show you that. All right, so again, your rear elevator shaft, there's doors out to the pool. And then you can go either on that side of the buffet or this side, but on this side because, well, they've got the midnight buffet going. All right, so as you see, here's let's just show you the rest of the line, okay? And so they got serving places here. There's serving places all the way over here. If you've bought one of the drink packages, somebody yesterday was asking about the bubbles. You can, serve yourself your own beer. You see they got Dos Equis and Peroni on tap, is what I believe. At least that's what the levers say. Okay, so they do have the buffet, but for those who used to do the midnight buffets back in the past, it was, well, let's just say way more extravagant than this. Okay, you got some pizza, there's some sandwiches, some fish. There's your cheese sauce, Lisa. Yeah. Okay. And that's it. So there's no big major carvings, no ice sculptures, but there is a long line. Not too long, but long enough. All right. That's the midnight buffet. I'm glad it's back, and it may come back in stages. Right, but that's all it is. Okay, so I know some of you had been watching. We're pretty excited about it. It's great to be excited about it, but if you're expecting all the big extravagant, it's not there. Okay, so we're now walking towards the front of the ship. Here's another serving area. Obviously, it's closed for this evening, but whatever was down there is also up here, so you can choose which one you'd rather go to. There's a couple drink stations here. I didn't mention it before, but there's a drink station over there. And then there's a drink station right here, which says closed. Speaking of which, we'll be all right. All right, ice cream. They have the same thing on the other side. Okay. Moving further forward. So it's funny, you might think we're inside, but we're actually outside. This is the other pool area. And if you remember a few days ago, I mentioned that it feels like you're inside. I mean, look at that. It's here, look. We're outside. There's a big cover. If it's in inclement weather, that can come down or close. And so this can be inside, and maybe that's why it feels like an inside space, because it was more designed to be an indoor space. Okay, so let's back up. So here is Tomodoro, Mexican-Italian fusion. Okay, we will come up here and shoot some video on one of the sea days of the food that is here. But you can see for the burritos, right? Choose your tortilla, what kind of meat do you want in there, and whatever you want to add. Okay, so that's Tomodoro. There's another drink station. Once you've gotten your Tomodoro, you can come over here and get your toppings. Okay. Don't forget, we're going to stay on one side of the ship, walk it completely, and then turn around and walk down the other side. So we'll cover what's over there after. Okay. Here is a new bar. Right, the Red Frog is not here. So this is Rococo's. Okay, so this is what it looks like inside of Rococo's. Right, maybe Lisa can ask them for one of the menus of what drinks they specialize here. But if you like frozen drinks, they've got 6 of them pre-made sitting there all day long. I mean, they're closed now, but you know, during the day. And so, yeah, it's a nice little bar. See the decor? Right? Like I said, they're closed, so the menus aren't out. Let me see if we can.
He's really the only person I talk to, other than my other friend at home.
Can we ask you for a favor? Do you have a special drink menu of the drinks that are specifically served at this bar? I know you're closed, but.
Okay.
Thank you. See, we just have to ask nicely. Since we're recording this, we're just going to come down there so you don't have to walk so far. One of our subscribers has specifically asked for what is special in your bar menu. So there you go. Frozen drinks, $12.50. As I mentioned, there's 6 of them. Layers of flavor. You got an Italian flag, a Miami Ice, Stars and Stripes, and the Rainbow Max. Of course, you got draft beer. On the flip side, there's all of those as well. Lisa's going to snap a picture of that real quick, so we'll have a more defined look, and we can share that with you. Thank you. So there you go. We just had to ask. But isn't this exquisite? Look at that. I would never guess this is an outdoor pool. It really feels like an inside space. Okay. So we're going to continue to move forward a little bit more, staying on this side of the ship. Love all the greenery, right? It's fake, but still, it's really nice. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. What was this? Oh, so there are staterooms up here, guys, on deck 10. That's one way to get to them. We will cover the staterooms specifically in a stateroom deck tour. This is more about the public spaces. And as you see, we're sort of coming to the end of it anyway. All right, so here we go. We are now all the way at the front elevator shaft. And as you see, there's nothing but staterooms up here. Okay, so I'm going to walk back, catch up with Lisa, and then we'll walk down the other side of the ship. Speaking of catching up, I think she was catching up with me. All right, let's go. We're going that way. Yeah, look at that. You can see right where we're at. We've just left Lisbon, and now we're heading there. So we're gonna have a day at sea, and we'll be over there. The winds have come down a little bit. Earlier today, they were 39. Right now, they're 29. All right, so again, your reference, there's Rococo's, we were just in there, Tomadoro. But over here, oh, see, they do. Java Blue Cafe. See, I stand corrected. So there is a coffee bar up here. And so the Java Blue is on pretty much, well, most if not all of the Carnival ships. But I do know, like, Shaq's Chicken is not here. And there's a few other things that are on other ships that are not. So, and as I mentioned, we hadn't caught this yet. So you can do milkshakes as well. Spiked floats, love it. So yeah, we'll have to see if we can put a coffee package together. I suppose if you bought the drink package, we'll ask somebody, but I suppose if you bought the drink package, you could use that for coffee too.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. So you may not need a special coffee one, but you know, maybe a coffee one would be less expensive. Okay, so here is Guy's Burger Joint. Okay, it's a much smaller sort of thing than on some of the other ships, but Guy's Burgers did make it on this ship. Another drink station. All right, so this side of the buffet is real quiet. All right, again, another ice cream station. They're doing the midnight buffet on the other side, so this side's real quiet. And actually it is real quiet too. The music is off or down very, very low. One of the ships we had been on recently, I think it was the Virgin ship, music was just blaring everywhere. They hadn't got it under control yet, which is part of what happens on a maiden voyage, right? They're dialing everything in. So we left a special note for them. For the love of God, please turn down the music. When you're sitting at breakfast with a hangover, you don't need to be listening to which is what it was every darn day. Okay? So again, we passed by, so that's where the buffet is going on right now, midnight buffet. Okay? Drink station here is where you get your regular coffee, hot chocolate. Okay? Oh, remember I don't know if y'all saw the short about me hitting my head. Okay? Look at this table, okay? There's the little round table, okay? There's 4 chairs. There's your umbrella. I mean, even Lisa, right here, come hold this. Look, you know. So you come in to put your plate down. I mean, every time. I hit my head every time on that thing. So.
And it's not like it's just one lane.
Yeah, they're kind of everywhere.
They're all around.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's kind of neat looking, but it's just got to be careful about hitting your head on those umbrellas. Just be careful. Don't need to go down to sick bay for stitches. Not on a ship, okay? All right, so we're back on the back of deck 10, and on this side, you've got the seafood shack. Okay, we saw this on, again, the celebration as part of the street eats. We saw somebody today eating, boy, they had a whole table of seafood. I forget everything they had. It looked like they had snow crab claws and some lobster. It had cost them $100, he said, for the entire thing, but they had gotten like 2 or 3 pounds of stuff. Okay, as you saw, it was going rate, so there's no price for the fresh stuff. So they seemed really happy when they were eating it. All right, so we've done 360 now on deck 10, guys. We're back out by the pool again. Right, so here's your 3 rows. Here, stay back in there, Lisa, because I know you didn't bring your hair tie and it's windy out here. Okay, it's not as windy as before, but it's still windy. Okay, there you go. All right, Lisa, come over here. Huh? I did get the bar. I got the bar on the first time. There's 2 sides of the bar, by the way. You can belly up to the bar right when you come out of the door, or you can belly up to the bar from the bar side, from the pool side. So it works out anywhere. Okay. So that's about it. So we hope you enjoyed this tour of deck 10. We know you guys have been waiting for all of these decks, and we're going to do them one at a time to make sure you get them all, okay? Until we see you all again, be safe. Well, there you have it, everybody. We'll give you another look out of the balcony here. We're in a Cove Balcony. I think we said that before, but we're on deck 2. That's why there's all that extra steel up there. But I mean, we are right at the water's edge. If I had a longer cord, I would take you right over the edge. I'm telling you, if you've never been in a Cove Balcony, it is so cool.
Yeah, we do enjoy it.
In fact, you know what? You want to do a walkabout? Do you want to see? If y'all want to see sort of over the edge, just put yes in the comments, and we'll go on a walkabout. Anyway, yeah. So today was the sea day. We first thing we did today was brunch, which was I don't know what they can't figure out, y'all. So you have to check in like you would if you were doing anytime dining, and then check-in was like a 30 or 40 minute thing, I believe, Lisa, right? 30 to 40 minutes,
something like that. Yeah.
Anyway, but we eventually, it's time.
Got our table.
Yep, got our table. So we go sit down, and we sit there, and we sit there, and we sit there, and we sit there, and we sit there. 30 minutes. Not so much as a glass of water. No one came remotely close to our table. It was 30 minutes. And look, I got a voice. Obviously, I can get up, go to the maitre d' all this stuff. But part of what we're doing here is to show you the good and the bad, right? So if after 10 minutes I walked up, we would have never known how long that problem would have been. So we just sat there and talking or whatever. So after about 30 minutes, though, my patience was gone. I'm like, okay. So I got up, went to the, maitre d's desk. I'm like, what's an appropriate time to wait for a server to come, give us water or something? She said, I'll take care of it. Sure enough, by the time I got back to the table, there was somebody there with water and taking our order. Okay. So there's some service issues. There really are.
Now, I will say, once the server got there, everything else went quickly and smoothly.
Yes.
But it just sitting there for 30 minutes without anybody even acknowledging your presence it's a little frustrating.
It is. I'll be honest, it's more than a little frustrating. In the little highlight reel, that there was like a massive crowd just standing outside the restaurant waiting. Okay. This is where that all-important Carnival app comes into play, guys. Okay. We did a whole breakdown of it. It's on the channel. It's just back ways because we did it when we were on the celebration. I don't think we need to redo it. The app hasn't changed, and that was a really good video. Okay. If you're going to want to eat somewhere other than the Marco Polo restaurant, which is a dedicated seated time, either 6 or 8:30 or something like that. If you're anytime dining, doing brunch, you gotta check in. Just don't show up to the restaurant. They're not going to take you. They're not even going to put your name on a list. They're going to make you open up the app and check in. So you don't have to go and wait outside the restaurant. Do it from your cabin. Do it from the bar. Do it from, one of the activities you're doing. But there's no need to go down there. There must have been 50, 60 people just hanging outside the door waiting because they didn't check in first on their app. So make sure if you're going to do a sea brunch day or your regular dinners, if you're anytime dining, just check in from the app, okay? And that will take care of a lot of it. Yeah, AJ wants to see us go on a walkabout. So, all right.
First of all, I think we need to take my phone off as a second camera.
No, not yet.
Okay.
All right, I'll grab the computer, you grab the microphone.
Okay.
Here we go, everybody. We're going on a walkabout. Actually, can you hold the computer? Put the microphone down? Obviously, it's going to sound a little different, guys. We apologize. But it is. We're right at the water's edge, guys. Isn't that cool? Right? Isn't that cool?
The microphone's in the chair. I'm not sure
Yeah.
I can hear you.
All right, let's go back in. That is so cool. So cool. Let's get ourselves set up back in here.
Okay. Here we go.
I don't even know what anything. Sorry. There we are. Ah! All right, let's get back to the camera here. There we go. Okay. All right, I'm disconnecting Lisa's camera. I'm gonna close the door.
You've got me set up for a pano.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
A panographic photo. Yeah.
We
Panoramic photograph. There we go.
We found out a bunch of answers that people y'all have been asking and leaving comments on, but of course we put the answers on Lisa's phone, so we can't have it out there as a camera and in here doing notes. So sorry about that. We'll get to those in just a second. Let's answer some of the questions you've been putting in here. Okay. Let's see. Deb, thank you so much. We appreciate it. You know, we're one of the few people that still will bring formal attire on a Carnival ship. They call it elegant dress now, but formal night. Most people, I would at least say tonight, dressed. Not like this. We only saw, I think, one other couple that was like
in a tux.
In a tux and a gown.
Most guys will wear, jackets and cocktail dresses for the ladies.
I saw no shorts tonight. That was a good thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Bob missed the old midnight buffet. Yeah. It was a shock that they brought it back.
Yeah.
Because we were just on the celebration, I don't know,
they didn't have
4 or 5 weeks ago, and they didn't have it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this is just a change. I don't know if it's because, Christine was on board and they were doing.
But she's already gone.
She left in Lisbon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's gone.
Yep. So, but it's a mere fraction of what it used to be, Bob, as you could see, in the camera when we did our thing. Okay. Just, it was more like drunk snacks. I don't know else how to explain it, right? Hot dogs.
Meatball subs, ham and cheese rolls,
chicken fingers.
They have chips and salsa.
Yeah.
They had coleslaw. They had soup and cookies. I think that's
so
pizza.
Glad to see it, right?
Yeah.
But,
I love having the options because before it's just been pizza and that's it. So I like having a little bit of variety there.
All right, Deb, how was the iced tea today? Looks like iced tea today.
It's back. So I'm so happy.
So I don't understand why they made the switch, but it's back. So
now that door is closed.
Now that it's a little
chilly outside.
It's a little chilly tonight. It's because we're moving. The wind's blowing a little bit. It's not cold. It's just a little chilly. So with the door, it's coming a little bit. That's why. Does Java Blue have any included food? Not included per se. There's some snacky things like donuts and cookies and cakes and things like that. No food. Gelato. Yeah. All of that costs. It's not, free. Okay. So yes. Just like their coffee or their milkshakes or whatever, there's a fee that goes along with it. Speaking of which, somebody was asking about the Bubblies package. I got it all screwed up in my mind. Bubblies is basically your sodas, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
The alcohol package is a little different. So we talked to a few people today because somebody made a question about or a comment or a request, whatever you want to call it, about a coffee package, right? So if you got the alcohol drinking package, you can use that for your coffees all you want.
Yes.
Up to your daily limit of, I think it's 12. Okay. The bubbly package, which is the soda package, the coffee is not included in that package.
Correct.
I don't think they're going to do just a coffee package.
Yeah, probably not. But they do have, if you buy 6 of the coffees, your 7th coffee is free. So at least they are making a little bit of consideration on that. I don't know if it's, just they keep track on your card, or they give you a punch card.
No, they do. Every time you charge it off, it's on your account.
Yeah. So. But yeah, so your 7th coffee is free.
Excellent. All right, let's move on. That's a very cool view of the Cove Balcony. Yes. So,
yeah, we
AJ,
love the Cove Balcony.
Yeah.
Love it.
Deb, very nice. Deck 10, the midnight buffet is better than just having pizza. Yeah, it's exactly what Lisa was saying. That's correct.
Yeah, I just love having the choice of having something other than pizza.
Yep, MDR service is always hit or miss. Yeah, it really is. We went there tonight again. Different table. We'd had the same guy for 2 nights, which was amazing.
Yeah.
Tonight was not bad.
Yeah.
It was pretty good, right? So, and this is what we hope. We love to go back to what we were telling you day 1 when we get to day 14. Because we hope these things move along because we give them notes too. Trust me. People think I just talk here to the camera because, there's no interaction. No, we want the interaction. That's why we live stream. But we want them tested, right? So that they know what's good and what's bad, so they can fix it for y'all when you come on board. And that really is some of the stuff that happens on a maiden voyage, which is why a lot of people don't like to take maiden voyages, because it's not always smooth.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about the ship rocking. It's
You're
not
gonna have
always
hiccups.
smooth. There's going to be some hiccups. So
for sure.
Yeah, I like the stream yesterday when we were walking deck 5 with all the stains and this, that. Look, none of this is going to ruin our cruise. And honestly, I hope none of it ruins your cruise.
Yeah.
A crappy service some people just flip off with it. We heard a couple of people, I'm like, where you got to go? Got your stateroom? I mean, let them know. Sit down, take a deep breath, talk with the people you're with or your neighbors or whatever, and they will work it out. Okay? So that was our brunch experience this morning. And again, dinner was fine. Dinner was
great.
Yeah. Wow, that close-up view sounds of the ocean. It is, guys. I'm telling you.
Love it.
If you're into ocean sounds and all that stuff,
Cove
Balcony.
For sure.
It's deck 2. We're 2 decks off the water, maybe 3, but I mean, we're right here. I didn't pan up, but the lifeboats are above us and hanging out over the side. So if you look up, you can't see anything else but the lifeboats. Mm-hmm. So you're sort of in this strange little world. I don't know how else to explain it. It's just really neat. It's really neat. Okay. You guys are the best. Thank you so much. Yay for the tea.
Welcome.
Exactly.
Yes. I was so happy to see that again.
Right? The ship's mostly Americans, almost 100%, and it's going to be docked in New York. I don't know why they'd have British tea. I don't know. LOL, drunk sex. Well, come on, melanated lady. What else are those? Well, we need a Crystal's Burgers or something. And y'all who party know what I mean. Okay. Color changing iced tea. Yeah, it is. It's magic iced tea. How was the gala with the Venetian masks? Are masks available on board, and do you have to bring your own? Bob, you got to bring your own.
Yeah.
We haven't seen any for sale. Maybe 10% of the people wore them. It wasn't a big thing. So I think that because the ship is brand new, it's not the white party, it's not the 70s party, it's not the 80s. It's a new thing. It may take a
little bit of time.
Just a little bit of time for it to catch on with it.
Yeah.
So post in your Facebook groups for your cruise. Everybody bring an Italian mask. Because the first formal night, this is the second formal night, the first formal night will be
the mask night.
Yeah, Venetian mask night. You wear your mask here, you hold it or put it on your face, whatever you want to do. By the way, since you're going to be posting in your Facebook group, do us a solid. First, thumbs up. Second, subscribe. Third, hit that notification bell so you know we're going to stream. But fourth and most important, do us a favor. Post a link to this video or one of the other streams we've done about the ship in your Facebook groups. So they can get also, the benefit of some of the things that we're going through. We're going to give you a lesson on the elevators here. I don't know if you know this, but these elevators have no buttons.
They don't.
You got to walk up and go, deck 5. Ding! Perfect. They come to you through osmosis.
Okay, that's a bit of an exaggeration.
It is, but they don't have buttons. They're digital. So we'll go video a little tutorial for you guys, because trust me, there are people standing there just staring at it, trying to figure out what to do, and we're on day 6 now.
Thank you.
Yeah. So there you go, Bob, with the mask. Going on the Venetian November. Can't wait. Yep. Have fun out there. And have fun out there. Wow. It's a pretty big Java Blue, though it may have included food. They didn't have that little extra area. Like on the Celebration, there was like little sandwiches and things. You could just go and grab them.
It's like a whole extra cooler case on the Celebration.
Yeah, this one didn't have it.
No.
Okay, so the only things are more like the pastry kind of things that you would have to pay for.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there is the deli on the Lido deck, and you can get all of the sandwiches and everything in the deli.
Yeah, it's opened when. Well,
it's open long hours.
It is open long hours. It's open when the buffet is going, but it's also open when it's not.
Yes.
So let's say you miss lunch and you don't want a Guy's Burgers because Guy's Burgers is going. They have the deli, which is sort of right in the middle of the buffet.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got, I think, 14 different sandwiches to choose from, like a ham and cheese and a turkey and Swiss and a meatball and a Reuben and
they've got
hot
cold
dogs.
and hot.
Yeah,
So
pretty cool.
tuna and BLTs and all of that fun stuff.
I hope the kinks are all worked out when we will be coming aboard in 15 days. Yeah, so
I mean, it seems to me like in the main dining room,
it's getting a little better every day.
Definitely getting better.
It's getting better every day.
Mm-hmm.
So, in worst case scenario, just like don't wait 30 minutes like we did. This was on purpose. Normally, I would have gotten up after 10, going, "Hey guys, it's been 10 minutes." You know, do they not? Because look, the way that it is now, they get these little printouts, and maybe the guy didn't, the waiter or waitress didn't get the printout. So I don't think they were purposely ignoring. It just, anyway. So.
And to that, to add to that too, I think maybe something might have happened to the server that was in our area because it seemed like the tables all around us had servers from different areas coming over.
And we were sitting right next to the gondola, like
we were.
like the primo seats there, right next to the gondola.
Gondola is beautiful, by the
really
way.
Is. We took some pictures. Maybe we'll share those through a stream. I didn't load them up in here tonight, so my phone is up here. It's giving the light, so we don't look, all shadowed.
Like we're in a horror movie.
We're... Anyway, magic elevators. AJ, I'm not kidding. You'll see. We'll do a little video on it. It's not complicated, but you just, there's just no buttons. Yeah. Are the specialty restaurants worth it? Okay, so there's a brand new restaurant on board called Il Viaggio. We've not eaten there yet, so we cannot speak for that one. Okay. Fahrenheit 555 and teppanyaki. We've eaten at those on other ships. They are utterly fantastic.
Love them.
Absolutely love them. Mm-hmm. We are doing both of those to include Il Viaggio on the ship. We just haven't done them yet. We're going to do one on the 8th, one on the 11th, and probably Il Viaggio in between those two. Okay. As far as seafood stuff goes, like sushi, we don't eat fish. So I can't give you feedback on that. But it's the same menu on this ship for the seafood as in for the sushi as all the rest of the Carnival ships. Okay. The only thing different here is that restaurant Il Viaggio. And we'll find out what that is in a few days.
Yes,
okay?
we will.
But we have eaten at the upscale restaurants on Royal. Their steakhouse, it can't compete with the Fahrenheit 555. No. It was really disappointing. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't horrible, but it wasn't. Their upcharge is $65
per person.
It was worth about $25. Yeah, it really was. So, so there you have it. Yeah, the specialty restaurants are definitely worth it if you don't mind spending a few extra dollars. If you don't have the few extra dollars to spend, the restaurant is great. Tonight we had filet.
The filet was really good. It was tender and tasty.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't have to. If I don't want to, not necessarily date ourselves, but NCL, Norwegian Cruise Lines. We haven't been on there in quite a while. Since it's been a while.
It's been 15 years.
Yeah, NCL is at the time was one of our least favorite, because they had just changed to what they were calling freestyle cruising. Okay. And so our whole, our freestyle cruise, there's nothing free about freestyle cruising. Okay. What I'm trying to get at is in the main dining areas that are included, we didn't like the food at all. It was not good. I'd have rather gone to McDonald's. Right. But when you go to one of their specialty restaurants, the food was amazing. Great.
Yeah.
So there, if you want to have a really good meal, you would really need to go to those upscale restaurants to get a really good meal. And again, this was some time ago.
15 years ago, so
they may have fixed it.
Yeah.
They may have fixed it. So here at Carnival, Royal, Virgin, the three ships, all these ships that we've just been on, the main dining, the free, the included, whatever you call it, food has been fantastic. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Amazing. Thank you for the info. You're welcome, Nurse Betty. Do they have breakfast egg station in the buffet. Are you asking, AJ,
Omelets.
like omelets?
Yes.
They do. If that's what you're asking, they have an omelet station or several of them. Okay. It's usually the longest line at breakfast outside of coffee.
Yes.
By the way, a few days ago, somebody asked us about was it the culture sensory kits?
Yes.
They ended up finding out their old answer, but we went down anyway, and we shot a little video of the kit for you guys.
The taste of Fidget Toys has the lanyard that says that he's wearing, the person is wearing the
Nice.
Beautiful. We have like a card with the feelings, whatever they need, so they can tell us how they're feeling.
Excellent.
We have these headphones to cancel the noise, maybe in the lounges or the theater or whatever is noisy.
The headphones. Nice.
And more
Fidget toys. Nice.
Yeah, actually, and then we're missing one more thing that is the lounges where they can wear this, but as the ship is new, they are still working on that.
Okay.
Print the cards.
All right.
But
Excellent.
that's basically what it comes on the.
Is there an additional charge for this?
No
charge.
No charge for the rental, but if they miss something, yes, they have flight fees.
As long as they're returning everything back the way that it is, there's no charge.
Exactly. You sign up like an agreement where
Yep.
it says like I'm gonna give you these 3 toys, I'm gonna give you this that. If you're missing something, you're gonna apply charges, but it never happened actually.
Beautiful. And those are available here, or they available?
We have here, and they can also get it from the Camp Ocean.
Camp Ocean.
They have one for their songs. But we have here, we have a few. Whenever we run out, we send them to the Camp.
All right, so that's what's in the kit here on the ship. It was hard to hear her, and so just in case you didn't hear, you can get them at guest services or at Camp Ocean. If they run out of them at guest services, they're going to send you to Camp Ocean. Okay, they're free, but you do have to return them. You're basically signing them out, and as long as every part and piece that they gave you comes back, there is no charge. But if you lost something, they will charge you for whatever it is that you lost. Okay?
Correct.
All right, so let's get to some of the other comments and questions people had. Playlist Productions. There are 4 shows on this cruise, the 15-day. Vintage Pop, Epic Rock, Color My World, which is a brand new show. I'll talk about that in a second. And Broadway Beats. Now, Broadway Beats is only going to be available on cruises longer than 8 days.
Or 8 and longer.
8 and longer,
8
right?
and longer.
The Vintage Pop, Epic Rock, Color My World, those are going to be on all the cruises. Now, that being said, when we asked the question and they gave us the information, they did say things are still kind of up in the air. They're so don't etch this in stone. But
That's the current plan.
like tonight in the highlights, if you saw, it was Vintage Pop. Great show. All right. Color My World, brand new show. There's only one other ship in the fleet that has Color My World. That's actually the Celebration. We shot an entire video of that entire show. I'm not sure if I loaded it on this channel. It's still on the other one.
We shot the world premiere.
We did. We shot the world premiere. We're going to stream it live, but they turned off the Wi-Fi. So I had to record it and then post it like we do here. Anyway, Elegant Theme Nights. We haven't gotten there yet. We'll get that too. Sorry, Jody Elizabeth. Do suites have access to the Terraza area? Only the ocean suites. Okay, if you have a junior suite or whatever, no. So the Terraza area in the back there, deck 5, is only for the people in the Terraza suites, as well as the ocean suites. Okay. Pick of drink menu at Rococo's. We got a picture of that last night, didn't we?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What flavored water is available at the buffet? Deb, none. There's no flavored water. The only place we've literally have seen flavored water is at the end of the gangway when you're in a port. You know, they usually have some water there. They had some flavored water down there. So I haven't seen any dispensers anywhere else on the ship for, like water that put like little lemon in or oranges or whatever. I haven't seen that anywhere. Okay. Why didn't they change the funnel? Tony, we're going to talk about that in just a second. Pasta other than MDR and Viaggio. Jennifer, again, we're going to have to look around for that. Marco Polo main restaurant, it would have pasta. MDR, we already talked about, it has pasta. On the buffet upstairs, every time, not the midnight buffet, but the regular buffet, we've seen a pasta dish at every single one. Now, that being said, there's not a pasta bar. Some of the other ships have like a pasta station. There's no pasta
choose your
station.
Pasta, choose your sauce. Yeah.
They don't have that. But there does seem to be some kind of pasta dish on the buffet every day. Okay? All right. Tony, why didn't they change the funnel? Whew. This is where I get myself in trouble. So, everything I'm about to say from this point on is merely speculative.
And opinion.
It is not based on any fact or anything that we know. But I'm really good at these things. Lisa's always been amazed at, I'm really good at looking at situations and looking at all the pieces and parts and putting it together. So, from the state that the ship is in the lack of full remodeling or rehabbing that I thought would have been done, my guess is this is just a test. Meaning they've moved the Venezia over from Costa over to Carnival, and they're going to put it in New York and see how it goes for a while. If it doesn't go well, guess what? They can just send it right back to Costa. I mean, yes, they're going to have to pull out the piano and put back in the wax figures, but changing the funnel, that is a massive expense because there's a lot of extra structure that has to be built into decks below to hold the weight of that extra stuff because it's getting wind and all these different things. And so to make that change would be a massive, massive budget item. And since I think this is just a test, that's why they didn't switch it out. It's why a lot of things are basically still exactly the same. So if the experiment doesn't work, they'll come up with some other fun marketing thing to shove down our throats. But in the end, they can roll it right back to Costa, right? It was like we were sitting today at the gondola at the brunch, and Lisa's like, so I wonder if that gondola is new. And so, we're just doing research and things. I was like, well, it was the Costa Venezia, an Italian-themed ship for Costa, even though Costa's sort of an Italian line. Anyway, so that was there. It wasn't new, right? So the only new things are really the Carnival things, right? Piano Bar 88, they put the on the wall with the piano with the things on there, right? The sushi bar, boom, they just put the name of the sushi bar on the outside of an area that already existed. Teppanyaki, a little bit different. They had to bring in the four tables. Where the wax museum used to be, that is a whole new area. So that was a full rehab. Okay. Up top on the upper decks, which we'll get to in days to come, they added the water park. They added the ropes sort of course. I don't see anything else. If somebody else is watching and see something we haven't, please let us know. We're the first ones to tell you that, oh my gosh, we made a mistake, just like I made a mistake with the bubbly package. For some reason, I was thinking the alcohol package. We are human. We're not perfect. But honestly, I think the main reason for not changing that is for the time being, this is a test to see if an Italian-themed ship out of New York is going to work.
I do tend to agree because there's still so many areas that seem to be just there and not fully converted. This ship was in dry dock for a long time. If they were fully committed, I think they would have taken care of all of these things.
I mean, think about it. This was pulled out of service with Costa in late November last year. Okay? It's June. What have they been doing to the ship for 5 months?
You can do a lot of refurbishing in 5 months.
You could build half a ship in 5 months. Now look, these are just opinions. Yes. Again, they're not based upon fact. I'm just, as Lisa said, an insightful person. And as I've mentioned many times, and I will keep on mentioning it, the things that we pick out, we're being really picky. We love the decor of the ship. We're enjoying ourselves. There's nothing bad going on here. Even the 30-minute at brunch, it was like, okay, you'll get better. Here's a problem. This is, now that you know there's a problem, you can go to fix it, right?
Yes.
And so I'm just not one to sit down and say, oh, it's all pretty and sunshiny and rainbows and unicorns. Must have been late last night. Okay, we're back. Okay,
Yay,
sorry.
we're back.
Don't go anywhere. Remember, we're in the middle of the ocean. There's a glitch every once in a while. The Wi-Fi is amazing, but we're nowhere. So I can't remember the last thing I said before we lost you, but I was talking about there literally was one of the cruise staff outside getting inside of all those little nooks and crannies of those things. I don't know if that is coincidence, but I do know that they have people that, check these blogs all the time. So I don't know. Anyway, that's why I said this is where I get myself in trouble. I'm just kidding, Christine. Just kidding. Don't ban us. We love Carnival. All right. So were there any more questions from yesterday's and days before?
I think that was it for the ones that we have answers for.
Okay. All right. Let's look back here. Make sure we didn't miss anything. What time does Java Blue close? Boy, you're killing us, cruising flight attendant.
All right.
We're gonna
take
look
a
right
peeky
now.
peek here and get into the app and see if we can figure that out.
While we're doing that,
Food and
we had the Magic before, and I think they believe we will just settle with anything because it's a newer ship. Yeah, that could be, right? It is. It's 4 years old. Came out in 2019. You may have to just search Java Blue because it's not a restaurant. Yeah, just search Java Blue and see if it comes up. At least we'll look for it. So, yeah, it could also be that, cruising in Europe hasn't come back with the strength that cruising out of America is. And so Costa has all these ships and they can't fill them. So they pull one out of service. Let's send it over to we'll send it over to Carnival and Carnival could stick it somewhere. It just, who knows what happens in the boardrooms. But I just think, 4 months out of service, we obviously all knew the funnel wasn't going anywhere. That was well said from the beginning. The funnel's going to stay. But I just, I thought we'd see, new carpet and new this and new that and whatever. Just turning it over to Carnival. I mean, still Italian style, right? But turning it into a Carnival as opposed to Costa.
Java Blue says 6 a.m. to 11 p.m.
That's right. So you can get your last caffeine fix at 10:59 and 59 seconds. After that, well, you're on the wagon until the morning.
There's no room service.
We can go have a regular coffee.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the coffee stations.
Coffee stations are mostly always open. Yeah. They do close some of them down. So,
but wherever the food is being served, those beverage stations are open. So at this late hour, it would be in the back where the pizza is.
Yep. For those of you who are joining us late, we are broadcasting to you live from cabin 2322. It is a Cove Balcony here on the new Carnival Venezia.
Yes.
All right. We have just finished Sea Day. We have a port tomorrow, Punta Delgada. And then a bunch of sea days.
Yes.
So we're going to have to be creative to find stuff for you. We're going to have to go into some other locked doors and get in trouble some more, I guess.
We're good at that.
Yeah, we are good at that. So, again, kind of shady. We'll see what happens with the ship in New York. It's a pretty ship. Again, don't take our comments wrong.
It is.
Regardless of some of the things we think should have been done, it's a beautiful ship.
It is.
Just 4 years old with some wear and tear that we thought would have been fixed. I guess that's the end of the story. So, yeah, great. If, again, you're first time joining us, thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when we do the streams. Typically, when we're on the ship, we try to do them around 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Mm-hmm. That being said, we keep on gaining hours. And it's going to be hard to stream to you at 7 when it's 6, right? If we're 7. So the times may go up a little, and we apologize. We really wanted to try to keep this at a steady time, but when it's 7 o'clock here, and we got to eat dinner sometime. And the shows and the different things that we're here to talk to you about. That all happens in the evening. So just if that notification bell is on, it will notify you when we are going to go live. But we're going to be at 6 o'clock at least for a couple more days. After that, we'll sort of address what we're looking at and let you know. Okay? So until we see you all again, which will be tomorrow night, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, be safe.